Hey y'all, let's start the coffee break session with the beauty of this sky. Look at these clouds. Just absolutely gorgeous out here. It's going to be a warm day. It's only 10 a.m. and it's already probably 15. I probably don't even need this jacket, but better safe than sorry. Also, it's a morning without medication. So I'm cold and I feel awful. I woke with a horrible migraine, but I needed to work, and I go to the doctor's today. He's my regular doctor, and he likes me to abstain from my medicine before he sees me. Just to, I don't know why, but I do what my doctor suggests. However, usually my appointments with the doctor are morning, and then I can, medicate right after I leave him. Not till 3 today. It makes it rather difficult. But as promised, a lot of you from my Blab and Blast and my last coffee break session shared a fair amount of requests for what I can talk about. I want to, although Luke, your suggestion on terpenes, talking about terpenes, I'm going to do that. That takes a bit of research, so stand by, maybe next week, maybe later this week. But who was it? Biozone, MRO Canada, had a really good suggestion, because it's something that the Biozone deals with. It's something I deal with, called the stigma of invisible chronic pain, or the stigma of disability, and deciding that cannabis is your solution. The stigma. It's tough. Where do I start? It's certainly something I keep showing you the clouds. I love them. It certainly is something that I deal with on a full-time and regular basis. From my own sister. Was it 6-8 months ago? Cut your beard, cut your hair, how did she put it? Trim your beard or shave your beard, cut your hair, and get a job. That, my friends, in a nutshell, is the stigma of disability. When your disability is, when you're disabled, but you're not in a wheelchair, you're not on special walking devices, it's an invisible disability. You not only have to deal with the fact that people who don't know you have absolutely no idea that you're disabled, so there's issues with that. But those that do know you, but only know you a bit, could and usually do question whether you're really disabled or faking it. And I really, really wonder why people would ever think somebody would go through a life like this, faking their way through it, if they were healthy. There is no real positives of being unhealthy. So I don't get it. If I were healthy, I'd be back at CP Rail. I'd be earning 2 or 3 times what I'm earning now. My house would not be about to be foreclosed. I would not be begging you guys for money in my GoFundMe, which, by the way, is below. There's absolutely no way. I'd be back at CP Rail. I love that job. I love the railroad. And I am betting that there's no way there's a single person watching this that says, I fake mine because it's more comfortable to be sick. There isn't one. But there are people who, I don't know if it's anybody who watches me, but people who used to watch me, who used to say things like my sister had said. That coming from my sister, and she used to have severe depression. So she came out of it, then went back into it. I get funny looks because I talk to my camera, but that's okay. I'll move this so I don't capture that person on camera, and we'll keep talking. There's also the satisfying other people that you are disabled, yet instead of taking pharmaceutical drugs, you're taking cannabis. And a lot of people will look at you and say, nah, you're just a stoner. You're using the situation of medical to get high. Well, I'm going to tell y'all, probably 5 years ago, even though I was already sick and on pharmaceuticals and smoked marijuana, I did not believe in the medical side of it. I knew it calmed me down. I knew it helped me, but I never had great medicine. I didn't have a great dealer. I always had dry, kind of give you a headache stuff. And so for years and years, all it meant to me was a bit of calming and an escape. But once you move into, some of you may never have had or tried, once you move into medical cannabis, pure, clean, well-grown, properly cured, properly concentrated, however you take it, once you move into that, you truly feel the medical qualities of this. I'll give you a really good example this morning. Because I'm not medicated, I have already had 3 bad bouts of depression, crying, screaming. It's tough. It's tough. The biggest thing that I think that the daytime toking takes down is my PTSD, my panic attacks. Today, I'm just horrible, just having panic attack after panic attack. If the phone rings, I go crazy. I can't hear from my son, all that. Everything just drives you nuts. If I were to go and take some medicine right now, I'd calm right down. It's also when you have severe physical chronic pain, you end up as a person who's sleepy all the time. I do not sleep well. I go 2-3 weeks of sleeping crappy. Then I have a night where I just absolutely zonk out. And then I kind of catch up. I'm sure a lot of you have that. That's very typical of chronic pain. So for those of you, what's the lesson of this coffee break? Because we're pretty well done. What's the lesson we want to take from this? I hope that some of you who may have looked at people cross-eyed when they tell you they're disabled and you can't see anything, I hope those of you will take a second look and open your ears instead of your eyes, and you'll hear more that explains the disability. And for those of you with disabilities, remember that even those closest to you, those very closest, even your wife sometimes, because your ailment is not visible, even the best of friends will forget. I've had some really good friends ask me to help move. And I go, do you remember my back, my neck, my legs? Oh, right, I'm sorry. So nobody should ever take offense. We should just try to educate better. The more we educate, the better things are. So my friends, another coffee break session down. Thank you, Biozone MRO Canada, for today's subject. And peace and cheers, love and harmony. Share, subscribe, help if you can. Love you all. Peace and cheers.